Welcome back to Sean's View Entertainment Books Monday Night Raw, back by popular demand. If this video gets enough likes, comments, and feedback and shared on Facebook and Twitter with everybody you know, Sean's View Entertainment will continue this on a weekly basis. It's the concepts, it's the twists, the turns, the storylines, the angles. The plot is thickening. Sean's View Books Raw, let's get right into it. Roman Reigns arrives in Texas for Raw backstage. This comes around 8:04 to 8:10 because you got to count the intro for Raw and all that. Fireworks and all that. Roman Reigns is then immediately interviewed about tonight's championship match. As Roman Reigns is talking, the League of Nations ambushes Roman Reigns from behind. Sheamus ends the beating by bro-kicking Roman Reigns down to the floor. We go to a shot of Michael Cole, who says, "What a chaotic way to kick off Raw." Cole wonders who was behind the attacks and why, and if Mr. McMahon had anything to do with it. From 8:15 to 8:25, we have Dean Ambrose and Neville versus Kevin Owens and The Miz. Now, I'm going to try to be a little bit more creative. You know how Monday Night Raw just gives off some matches with no reasoning, and they're just thrown together, and we don't know why these two guys are fighting? Well, the reason why Ambrose is in this match along with Neville is because last week Kevin Owens attacked Neville and Dean Ambrose, and of course, we all know that The Miz and Neville have a program going on where The Miz wants to take Neville under his tutelage. The Miz wants to mentor Neville. He wants to see Neville, go up the higher ranks in the WWE. So we come to a point in this match where Ambrose and Owens battle all the way back to the backstage area, leaving Neville and The Miz all alone. So you got to wonder what's going to happen here. Are they going to shake hands? Are they going to hug? Are they going to go at it? Oh, well, we don't know what's going to happen between Neville and The Miz because out comes The Big Show. Get off our screen. Retire today. He KO punches both Miz and Neville, then goes on to throw them both outside the ring. The Big Show vows that he will win the Royal Rumble match because it is the resurrection of the world's largest athlete. The Big Show eliminates both The Miz and Neville, as I said, and we get a little preview of what could come into the Royal Rumble. So the Big Show looking strong heading into the Royal Rumble match. 8:30 now. Remember, you got to counter in commercials and promotions and all that. The New Day make their way to the ring. The New Day is about to talk when Mr. McMahon's music hits, and out comes McMahon to address the beating that Roman Reigns took from earlier in the night. See the consistency here? We're giving you a rhyme and a reason. We're following up on what happened. We don't just forget about what happened. Vince addresses the beating that Roman Reigns took from the League of Nations. Vince says he had nothing to do with the attack and says tonight will be a fresh start, a new beginning, a new day. Obviously referencing the New Day. Vince says all he keeps getting asked is if he will be fair and call the match right down the middle. Vince says life isn't always fair, and you will all see what happens, and you'll have to wait and see what happens because it would not be best for business to reveal my own master plan for the main event between Sheamus and Roman Reigns. And then Vince asked that's if Roman Reigns is even going to be in any shape to show up. As McMahon is about to leave, out comes the return of The Rock. The Rock comes back. He tears into Vince McMahon on the mic and talks about how if anybody knows Vince McMahon, it's him. The Rock knows what it's like to be on Vince's bad side. And The Rock says, I'm quite frankly sick and tired, and I've had enough of your antics and your tactics. The Rock guarantees that if you screw with Roman Reigns, you're screwing with family, and that won't be best for business. The New Day then was demanded by Vince McMahon to attack The Rock. But then the Usos make the save to the ring. The New Day goes away. They go up the ramp. They don't want they want no piece of The Rock in the New Day. The Rock and Usos, So New Day goes away. So there's the focus of that. So from 8:55 to 9:15, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender to the Divas Championship, Becky Lynch versus Brie Bella versus Sasha Banks versus Natalya. With Natalya and Sasha Banks battling outside the ring, Charlotte goes to nail Brie Bella with the Divas title, but instead inadvertently hits Becky Lynch on accident, or was it on accident? Remember the rift between Becky Lynch and Charlotte. So once again, this leaves more question. Was that meant to happen, or did she want to do it because she doesn't want to face Becky Lynch? From 9:20 to 9:25, remember you got to counter, commercials and Twitter and promotion. Paul Heyman comes out to Raw and announces that his client, the Monster, Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, will be one of the 30 participants inside the Royal Rumble match. We get a cut to backstage of some superstars backstage, probably some jobbers, and they don't look like their chances are going to be too good with Brock Lesnar in here. From 9:30 to 9:35, Roman Reigns is in the trainer's room getting checked over. And as he's getting checked over, Sheamus bro kicks Roman Reigns out of nowhere. He takes out Roman Reigns again. This is the second time. First it was the League of Nations, and now it's Sheamus. Put in an explanation point, making sure that Roman Reigns will be in no condition to make it to the championship match, as if the odds weren't already stacked against him enough, with Mr. McMahon being the troubleshooting guest referee. From 9:40 to 9:55, we get Ryback versus Bad News Barrett. Barrett gets the victory with an assist from Rusev. 10 p.m., John Cena makes his way to the ring and asks about a rematch after Del Rio's snuck away with the U.S. title when John Cena had the match won last week. Vince McMahon comes out on the stage to address John Cena, and after a brief exchange of words between the two, John Cena learns that his match will happen. There will be a rematch, but only if Roman Reigns can win tonight, because if Roman Reigns loses, not only will Roman Reigns be fired, but so will John Cena. They will both be fired tonight on Raw. From 10:20 to 10:30, Zack Ryder versus Tyler Breeze. Zack Ryder gets the upset victory over Tyler Breeze. And we all know that Summer Rae and Tyler Breeze just broke up, so that could have something to do with it. Maybe his mind isn't on the match. From the 10:35 hour, we get Sheamus' entrance. 10:40, Roman Reigns, but no Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns music hits. Where's Roman Reigns? The question is, the doubt is, has Roman Reigns succumbed to the injuries? Is Roman Reigns out? Is Roman Reigns going to have to forfeit his title? Vince McMahon comes out. McMahon says, well, if Roman Reigns is no longer able to make it to the ring, it looks like we're going to have to hand the title over to Sheamus. And finally, after 3 occasions, Roman Reigns finally comes out, battered, bruised, hurt, broken. Sheamus works over and controls most of the match until Reigns makes a sudden impact of a turnaround. Reigns goes for the cover. Vince counts it, but at a much slower pace. Roman gets in Vince's face, and Sheamus attacks Roman from behind with a steel chair. This prompts the timekeeper to ring the bell, a DQ. But wait a minute. Vince says, what? I'm the referee. I'm in charge. Vince McMahon, irate and mad, restarts the match and says this is now a no disqualification match. Okay, so then Sheamus attacks Reigns multiple times with a steel chair and kendo sticks. Sheamus goes for the finish with a bro kick until Reigns levels Sheamus with a Superman punch. Then as Reigns sets up for the spear, Triple H returns and attacks Roman Reigns. Triple H getting revenge on Roman Reigns from the attack at TLC. Then The Rock's music hit. The Rock hits a rock bottom on Sheamus. The Rock and Triple H start going at it. The rumored match for WrestleMania. And then Roman Reigns spears Vince McMahon. Roman Reigns then spears Sheamus. And Roman Reigns, with no referee, counts the pinfall himself and declares himself the winner of the match. The Rock and Roman Reigns stand tall as Monday Night Raw goes off the air. And that's how Monday Night Raw ends. And ladies and gentlemen, this is if I were booking things to make things exciting, to make things unpredictable, to make things uncanny, to make things smash mouth and in your face, this is what I would do for Monday Night Raw. I want your comments, your concepts, your predictions, your projections. What would you do if you're in charge? Do you agree with my booking? Do you think it's horrible? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's lackluster? Do you think it could be better? Do you think it's better than what Monday Night Raw has been given us? And remember, this continues things going into the Royal Rumble. You had, build in the, the mid-card. You had build in the main event. You had questioned whether or not Roman Reigns was going to make it, whether or not Roman Reigns was going to retain his title. You've seen Triple H return. You've seen the League of Nations look strong. The continuation between Ambrose and Kevin Owens. Your comment, your opinions, more Raw Review bookings. And remember, the Raw Review returns tonight on Sean's View.